On our way back to Ontario, on our way back to Ontario after the race, it was an early enough finish tonight where we get back. I got to get this car back. I got to get my car back. Amy has to get back for the barn. Ollie has ball tomorrow. So Tuesday. He's ball Tuesday. We just have a lot going on. And as I was saying to somebody earlier, my schedule is on a 72 to 96 hour rotation, right? Where do the horses draw? Where are they getting in? Where do I need to be? And that's kind of how things are for the entire summer. And it doesn't make for a very easy traveling experience sometimes, because what we planned on doing is now changed, and it changes again and again. So on our way back to Ontario, as I said, tonight we had 3 horses in. I owe everybody a big apology. I told everybody when I went through my my video today, when I did my video, I talked about all the horses on the calendar. Well, Curtis hadn't added Sunset Acres Girl to the calendar, and of course, she got missed. Although it was pretty interesting. First time we'd ever raced in Michigan. Pretty slow mile, pretty slow track, but she got the job done, and was a big winner for us yesterday. So I apologize to all my partners on Sunset Acres Girl for not mentioning that she had raced 1 and 2, that she was a winner. I also made a little mistake today. I talked about how the Hambletonian Maturity was on Hambo Day. That's not true. Hambletonian Maturity is next week. It's next week, and it goes for July the 15th, right? Is that next week? Yes. It goes for a lot of money, and the top money earners get in, and I hope and suspect that looks like money will be in. Now I have to talk to Harry also. We have to look at where we're going to race and prep. Looks like money for the Maple Leaf Trot. He is 100% coming home to Canada, but there's a lot of grass between July the 15th and August the 25th, I think. So what do we do for that 40 days in between? Now on Hambo Day, which is the first weekend in August, there is an invitation on the undercard, Megan was saying, for, I believe she said it was for 4-year-olds. Don't quote me on that. I believe there is, which probably would work for a good prep. First weekend, let's say it's the 3rd or 4th or 5th or 6th of August, get them back home, prep them, and have them ready for the Maple Leaf Trot. So my only concern is getting them back home, and then where do we race him in Ontario? He would have to race against open trotters. It's not very fair to him to have to race against open-aged horses. We see how difficult that can be. And I don't really know if I want to race Looks Like Money against Logan Park up until the Maple Leaf Trot. So we gotta work that out, what we're gonna do in regards to Looks Like Money. But his next race after the Hambletonian Maturity most definitely will be stake race anyway. Added money event will be the Maple Leaf Trot in Canada. Now we'll talk about what took place tonight. I had talked to a couple of our clients tonight, and I told them you can't really make up for starts, right? And you saw that. I told you I trained Irresistible Sun in 58, and he was awesome training. But that's getting over the half in a minute and a bit and coming out good last half. That's not a race, right? That's a prep mile. That's a training mile. And the difference between a race and a training mile is what you saw tonight, right? Purple People Eater, same thing. She was going to be 3rd. Ronnie dropped down in front of me and killed all my momentum in the last turn, which he knew he was doing. But I can't complain. I would have done the same thing. She was a good 4th. Sedona Hill, she was much, 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 much better tonight. I know Dr. Latessa and Jason had really tried to ratchet down on her and figure out what I saw, what was going on in Scioto. I thought she was a little bit off left hind, but he'd done some work on her. She was so much better and more comfortable tonight. Got away in a real good spot. If I turn her loose down the backstretch, she 100% wins. But I was trying to survey the situation and say I could see that Ronnie's horse was pulling up a bit, but did show some fast miles. The last thing I wanted to do was let Sedona Hill lose 3 wide and be 3 wide all the way around the last turn. I did not want that. As it turned out, I had to move her early anyway. My cover was backing up. Ronnie was done. And Aaron's horse come through the middle and beat me fair and square, but she raced very, very, very good. As I said, Irresistible Sun raced good. I thought in the first turn, it looked like the favorite was 3-5 on the inside of me. He knew that Donnie was coming. He was going to push. He was going to either make Donnie sit or make me sit, and it was me. There was nothing I could do. And had I tapped Irresistible Sun on the back, going around the first turn. I would have cleared him. I just didn't want to be the goof that tapped his horse on the tail and put him on the run, right? And number one rule of driving young trotters, especially first lifetime start, keep them trotting. And I did have a lot of confidence in our colt going into the race. I moved him down the backstretch. I felt like he could have finished off his mile a little better, but again, hadn't qualified since June 15th, just had those strong training miles because him, Purple People Eater, those horses were in to go on that smoky night, and the races were canceled, right? So, and as I said, Purple People Eater trotted very, very well, probably was going to be third, a pretty decent third, but those two fillies that finished 1-2 were in the Next Generation, and in fact finished 1-2 in the Next Generation, I believe, mile and 56, and those added 2, 3, 4 weeks of really turning up the heat on those horses, and then that last week of racing in the Next Generation, they were just more prepared to do their work tonight than Purple People Eater. And that's not to say that we're going to go beat them in 3 weeks, but we'll be on a more level playing field in a few weeks. I was happy with the way everybody raced tonight. I just got off the phone with Scott Zeron. He was telling me how much he was enamored with Looks Like Money and how he raced really well. Talked about some of the other horses we have there, and then I really wanted to talk about just the year that we've had. I said, we haven't won one yet. We've been all around it. I thought we were going to get there with Sedona Hill tonight. I thought in Pennsylvania he might get there with one of those horses. Kentucky, Militant, right? Pickpocket. We were on the cusp with a number of horses, just couldn't break through. And as much as I knew the answer, I still wanted to say it out loud. And he said, yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. They all raced good, they all got good money, and they will break through. Which I already knew, but it was obviously nice to hear somebody else say it too. So happy with tonight's racing, happy with the entire start to the summer. We're all tired. We all slept good, but we're all tired. I knew that July 1st to even the 10th or 11th was going to be incredibly stressful and busy, and it has been. But now we're getting into the second stage of the summer, and we can plan things a little bit better now. So with that, I'm going to let you guys go. I hope you had a great weekend. I did. As I said, wish we'd have got there a couple of times, but all the horses raced really, really well. So with that, I'm going to let you go. I'm going to post this video live, and then I'm going to finish up the latter part of your videos. They should be out tonight also. I will talk to you all very soon.